Welcome or welcome back. I'm Sarah. This is Chart Your Course, and today is a journal episode. So from time to time, I'll share journal entries from my past experiences and talk through how the course has helped shape my perspective of my experiences. If not, oftentimes I'll reference the course in my journal because I've been studying for many years now. And so today we are going to explore a critical inflection point in my journey of having conscious awareness of my ego and about how much my ego was driving my decisions and how much my vision was clouded by its voice. And so at the time I was out to lunch with my husband at a local burger joint, and all I felt was, well, we'll get into it. I felt a mess. And so it was all I could do to just sit tight and jot this note down on my phone so I could avoid throwing some kind of proper temper tantrum in public. So let's get into it. This place is the physical representation of my inner dread, of the place that I retreat to, the place that I've known well since I was a girl, the place that feels like I will never escape. This hole, this never-ending depth within me, it beckons my light to disappear within its walls. The only truth I can hold on to being that if the temporary relief from being lonely and sad down there through basic distractions, food, booze, etc., I am surrounded by people who think nothing of themselves, sitting across from my king who thinks everything of himself and of me. I feel like this is what I look like on the inside. A burger joint, sharing space with a liquor store that perpetually smells like grease. The people I see are clearly unhealthy, busy getting their next fix to also avoid the deep, dark depth within. The food feels like a bright flame, temporarily illuminating the cave of self-destructive thoughts, making it seem like our journey or residency there is really an adventure and not what it really is: a home for our pain, a place we feel more comfortable in than wherever our joy resides, if we even have hope to experience that again. This is painful. I don't like it. That's how I know I must sit with it. I need to be here until our food is ready. This vibe is trash. But this vibe, I know all too well. And that concludes my reading. As an update on this entry, I was reflecting and thinking about how for so many years I avoided my own shadows because I was terrified that acknowledging them would make them real. We know that the opposite is true, of course. The Course tells us that the light is the solve for our shadows. In the light, all of our shadows fade away into nothingness, from which they came. And after years and years of sitting with those truths, I can verify that that is absolutely the case. It doesn't mean we get to bypass our pain. It doesn't mean we can participate in what they call spiritual bypassing, where we are still disconnected from our feeling, but we convince ourselves to be convicted about the truth as it is. No, we still have to sit with it, like I was doing in this entry, to allow ourselves to not mistake our pain for our enemy. It's our teacher. And since then, I've become a lot more curious about the call for love that my pain beckons me to display and model. I am full of gratitude that you took the time to join me today to chart your course. This episode is just one method of accomplishing the task mentioned in Chapter 5, Section 1 in A Course in Miracles: to invite people to the Holy Spirit however they recognize it. As stated there, thoughts increase by being given away. The more who believe in them, the stronger they become. What are your thoughts on today's topic? Please do share them with me on socials or by reaching out at www.chartyourcourse.faith. Until next time, let us be seen, feel supported, and return home.